typically talk to the people in the building about that. So I like where we're at. We're training camps. I'm working on training camp right now in kind of my off time, and I mean, there's going to be some changes with that too. But I always have the card to veto, what I want to change, in real time. But I like where it's at.
What's an example of something that you're set on, something that you are open to changing?
Like for when?
You just said 30% of stuff that you're kind of convicted
I
on.
wanted more friction in off season, so training camp really. So we're just going to schedule a little bit different way.
Is it too early to see chemistry building between Kyler and Marvin and Kyler and Trey and Kyler and...
Well, no, but yes. No, every day that they're out there playing, football with each other, I think that helps, you know what I mean? But truly don't evaluate everything until we really play football, you know what I mean? And I think those reps, training camp, preseason games, whatever, even as the season gets going, those are your most valuable reps to me, when it really matters.
Along those lines, then, is there a group of people or players, certain players that you find the on-field stuff is more important for right now, or it's all kind of like bonus stuff, and if they're dinged up or if they're sick or they have a family thing, it's really not a huge deal because of...
Well, our players, all of them, and they're all in different spots in their career and in their life. They understand the value of playing football, but everybody's a little bit different. So, yeah, I think that's fair to say.
I know we didn't see Josh Sweat out there last week, but just having him back on your roster, being his coach again, does it start to bring back some of the memories from your time in Philly, or how have you seen him, growing throughout, these handful of weeks being a Cardinal?
I don't think about the past too much, but yeah, I think he's excited about being an Arizona Cardinal. He's excited to play football and help us win.
What do you hope to see out of this rookie class and getting adapted to this defensive scheme?
Carve out a role for themselves, honestly. Be good teammates, be good Cardinals, continue to meet our expectations of what we deem, and see where their role can go.
Have you ever seen a coach wear cleats out of practice?
Yeah.
Besides Coach Dubo?
Yeah, I have.
With
I
Walt being
think that's for kind of like safety reasons. I never did, but I understand why you would do it.
safety reasons.
Yeah, well, if you're running a drill and because of how the rules are, sometimes they have to be the blocking dummy. You have, LJ Collier put his two hands on you getting off the ball, and you can slip and go down pretty quick. So that's what I mean by safety reasons. We've had a couple coaches go down already, which I don't like to see, but I keep telling them, get out of the drill. You're going to get messed up. But see what I want to say right there, Bob. I used to do that when I was a DB coach, and then I got somebody punch me in the chin, and I bit my tongue. I said, I'm never doing that again. Like they'll learn sooner or later. To each their own. To each their own.
With Walt being on the side last week, was that an injury issue or a contract issue?
Neither.
How was attendance this week?
Good. Again, though, guys, it's not mandatory. So, I'm concentrating on the guys that are here and the team, and make sure that we're improving each day.
You said two coaches went down this year so far?
Yeah, like fall down on the grass, yeah.
They got hurt, like to the point where they...
No, they didn't get hurt, but they could have. Kind of scary. You guys know what level 3 work is? So level 3 work it's a teaching progression of, I'm going to get a little scientific on you guys. So like I always said this, like when you talk to a guy and you're like, hey, your improvement plan, you need to get out of your break faster to make more plays, right? And what he has in his body is what he has in his body. And you can improve those metrics, force into the ground, and three-point extension from your ankle to your knee to your hip, to where you put your feet, to your sensory process of how you're doing that. But I think there's ways to train the actual techniques that helps them out physically and mentally. So we call level 3 is either assisted work or resisted work. So you guys see, I'm sure you guys see like bands sometimes held on their waist, and you see coaches resisting them or helping them pull them. You know what I mean? And so we had a drill that they were doing a resisted pass rush drill, and Debo had the band on him, and he wasn't standing at the proper angle to where in that band when Walter actually turned the corner last week. He turned the corner, and Debo wasn't at the right angle, and it ripped him forward, and then he tried to bend with it and fell down. So it looked like, you guys ever seen the movie Troy? You know, like when like a horse is pulling a cart tips over. That's what Debo looked like. I said, you're gonna blow out your knee, dude. Like, you know, I gotta get the angle better. Yeah, you better get the angle better, but. That's I love level 3 work because I think the point is, hey, you can't get out of your break fast enough to make more plays, so you're going to get cut. You can't play here. Well, how are we doing to help him get out of his break rather than just saying get stronger and faster? Like, great, you know what I mean? That's actually help the movement, and that's not me. That was Shea and Evan and the performance team and Nick Rallis is. If you guys are talking to him today, talk to him about level 3 work. It's like his baby. Like he knows more about it than anyone I've ever met. But it's critical for our guys, and all of our positions do it. When Fry got here, because typically we have to build that in with each coach, like what you're doing, And Fry was like, I've been doing this for 10 years. So that's why you see him in individual drills. He does a lot of that. But he didn't even know when he got here. We're like, hey, we do level 3 work here. He's like, great, I've been doing it for 10 years. Pretty cool. You know what I mean? Getting out of our stance in a pass setting with resistance to it. And it's a cool way, guys that are not healthy enough to play, it's a cool way to train them as in their return to play because they're actually doing football movements, not just rehabbing in the training room and in the weight room. So I think that's one of the better things we do here with developing players is our level 3 work.
I know you don't love talking about injuries, but with Jonah, you
I
guys?
don't because I don't have to right now.
But with his,
So why would I love to talk about injuries, Josh?
you don't even like talking about it.
No, I don't.
With Jonah's recovery and rehab, are you guys taking it any slower because there was a second injury?
I think with all our guys, we go at the appropriate pace. You know what I mean? And I think it's a good question, Josh. Why you guys is truthfully like it's there's not a lot of good answers all the time for you guys from me. Like he's doing great. What does that mean? You know what I mean? He was doing great 2 days ago, but then yesterday didn't have a setback. I don't want to say that word, but it's not linear. Like it doesn't just go great in a rehab. If you remember the first time we got here, the big hot topic was Kyler, coming back from a knee. Well, I've been around guys that have knees, you know what I mean? Here's a timetable. Here's what he's got to do for his position. Here's what all that. It's not linear. It's not a linear progression of I'm just doing great and I'm on a timeline that the doc says and that the training room says and this is when I can go out and play football. It doesn't work like that. So I trust our process with how we do things. You'll see Jonah out there today. But that's just a step that we're taking for him to return to play. You know what I mean? And everybody's different, So what you guys see on a practice field, maybe you see that a guy's, he's getting closer. He might not even be closer than the guy that you don't even see out there. You know what I mean? That's truthful. So they're all different, but I think our guys do a really good job. They all want to play football. So they're doing everything that they can to get out there and be healthy and be with their teammates and play football. So I never question that. And they know from our standpoint that we are not going to put them out there until they are ready to go 100% physically. So that's just kind of how we do it here.
Coach, thank you.
Okay, thank you.